It is night 2 of the Championship playoff semi-final second legs. Who will be joining Leeds United in the final? It was a procession at Ellen Road last night. Will it be similar tonight between Southampton and West Brom in the 4th versus 5th semi-final, with the possibility of extra time and the possibility of a penalty shootout? It's playoff football, it's knockout football. We bloody love it. Welcome along to the Watch A Long. Welcome everybody. Leeds booked in 26th of May, Wembley. They are the first of our playoff finalists. What are we going to get tonight between Southampton and West Brom? It is, as I said, the 4th versus 5th place semi-final, and we flagged up a big points difference between Leeds and Norwich. It's a pretty big one between Southampton and West Brom. Look, 12 points difference. To be honest, we've laughed and we've joked about West Brom all season, guaranteed to be finishing 5th. I don't know, since about December or something. They seem to be in a little ecosystem of their own. Southampton, we wondered at times, would they get into the actual chase for second place? And at times in the season, it looked like Saints were going to get into there, but really, like everybody, it's only really Leicester who won 3 games on the trot in the last sort of 5 that didn't falter over the line. And here we are in the playoffs. The first leg, tight, just as it was in terms of the other semi-final, a 0-0. And not much doing, really, although some... There we go, let me bring you a shot map here. That's what it looked like last time around, just at the weekend. Very, very even. Could have got some goals. Look, 2 XG pretty much racked up by the two teams combined. But the floodgates were flowing. Sorry, the goals were flowing. The floodgates were open in the playoffs last night. As we see, spoke a lot last night about the experience of David Wagner and Daniel Farke, respectively, and the playoff guru, David Wagner, who has a win. Well, we're going to talk about him in a minute, in fact. But Carlos Corberan is the one with the experience here. Took Huddersfield Town to the final, didn't he, back in the 21-22 season. I was there as Nottingham Forest defeated Corberan's Huddersfield. Big, big welcome, everybody. Should we say some hellos to Windy City, to Nick Nack, Ewan, TSR, Ian, who haven't we said hello to? Liam, Richard, Tom, Dave, Greg, Blackitoo, Jay, Richard, have I said hello to everybody? Steve, welcome, 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 everybody. Now listen, before we get in to tonight's game, we need to talk about David Wagner and we need to talk about Norwich, because this didn't take long, did it? Norwich knocked out in the playoffs, 6th place Norwich, last night, and the rumour mill was pretty much, as soon as we hit sort of 8, 9 o'clock this morning, the rumour mill was going, wasn't it, that David Wagner had already been sacked. And that turned out to be true. Norwich City confirming that about lunchtime, wasn't it? Thank you for everything, but goodbye to David Wagner. And we now have this interesting situation in the Championship where, since the regular season has finished, we've seen Liam Rosenior who finished in 7th, sacked. And we've seen David Wagner, who probably did the brief that Liam Rossini was given at Hull, get into the playoffs. He's also been sacked. Get some comments in on that as we're watching live. We'll clip this one out, so get your comments in after the fact as well. And I'll give you my take on David Wagner. Norwich are a powerful Championship team. Big expectations at that club when they are at second tier level. Ever since Paul Lambert was there and they did the back-to-back promotions, they've pretty much either been in the Premier League and, maybe getting relegated from the Premier League in a lot of those seasons, or challenging at the top of the Championship to get promoted. Obviously, they came down and Alex Neil managed to get them up. What was that? 2014-15, then back into the Premier League. Back down they came, and we wondered whether Norwich were in the Championship to stay then, because the parachute payments did run out at that point, but they sold James Maddison. Daniel Farker built that team of Buendia, Pukki, Aarons, Lewis. One of the best Championship teams we've seen in the last decade, to be honest. Up they went again. Back down they came. Up they went it was in the COVID season, wasn't it? Kept Buendia, kept Pukki and won the league again. Down they came again, the real proper yo-yo, that one. Promoted, relegated. But the cycle ended last season, which is where David Wagner comes into the conversation at Norwich City. Dean Smith was the guy there charged with getting Norwich back. He got promoted with Aston Villa, hadn't he? But horrible fit, Dean Smith and Norwich, and he was out the door, I think, possibly even before Christmas. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong in the chat about that. It was definitely midway through the season. In comes David Wagner, and it was a bit of a funny one because he was obviously tied together with Stuart Webber, the sporting director at Norwich. But we all kind of knew Stuart Webber was going to be going out, and it's, has he brought in a familiar face just to see things through? So in comes Wagner. Norwich had a horrible end to last season and a horrible beginning to this season as well. And I think we all quote, and sorry if I sound like a broken record, the Sky TV game at home to Blackburn, November the 5th, potentially. And honestly, I thought he's definitely going to get sacked after that. Norwich, I think, were like 17th, or certainly well down the table, not playing well, not winning games. They kept him. And this after Stuart Webber, the sporting director, has gone and Ben Napper had come in. And they went with David Wagner. Josh Sargent got fit and got into the team. So did Borja Sainz. And Norwich went on a run up the table. And this is where you need to talk expectations and squad versus league position. Because I've already seen a few tweets from people who have clearly, the only thing they know about Norwich is what the league table says right in front of their face. And you get this kind of outraged reaction of, they finished 6th. You can't sack him. But it's always been a weird one with Wagner because they're a year 2 parachute team. So you do expect them to be at least challenging for the playoffs. I know the year 1 mob this year, Leicester, Leeds, Southampton have been really powerful. But you still expect the Norwich team. I don't know how much all these players cost, but the likes of Sargent, Sarah, obviously Rose come through. We've mentioned Sainz. I think Angus Gunn was once a 10 million quid goalkeeper. Ben Gibson, I think, on that deal was very expensive when they did the loan with obligation to buy. Duffy. Who else have they got? Nunez, I don't think was cheap from South America. Could be wrong about that. I think it was the money went on Sarah, to be honest. But what I'm saying is all of these things can be true at the same time with Norwich and Wagner. 1, they started badly and recovered well. 2, probably on the basis of their squad, that's where they should have been anyway, which means you can kind of make an argument that did he go from underachieving with that squad to just par? And I think there's been issues there at Norwich with the away form, and as much as I don't always agree with Chris Sutton, with the style of play a little bit, because we had got used to Norwich in recent years in the Championship, particularly under Daniel Farke. Superb football team. Possession-based, loads of chances, loads of goals. Great to watch. Maybe stepped away from that a little bit. So I think what I'm concluding is this has been coming, and it's almost like David Wagner's performance has stopped it happening. I bet if 5 games before the end of the season, Norwich couldn't have mathematically made the playoffs, I bet he would have been fired then, in a similar way to Alex Neil was in, when was that, 2017? I'm trying to remember all my Championship years. So, yes, I think David Wagner is a nice bloke and interviews well and just seems a good dude, a good guy, doesn't he? Yes, it was a good turnaround in the second half of the season, but I can still understand them wanting to move on with a new sporting director, with a big sense of underachievement. Not all David Wagner's fault, because obviously Dean Smith had the first part of the year 1 parachute season for Norwich. But it is a decision that we could see coming. And I joked at the top of this segment, I said, that didn't take long. But the fact is, if he's not going to be your guy next season and you want to make a change, then why wouldn't you do it the day after the playoffs are done and you're out? And it's a good job. I know they don't have the parachute payments anymore now, Norwich, but they've got a blooming good squad. There's saleable assets there. They've got a good fan base. They've got a great history at Championship level and know their way around, and the expectations are high. So you would expect any manager to be going in there thinking, I'm one good season away from top 6, promotion, Premier League. And lots of people are already arguing and asking me and saying, do you think Championship's going to be slightly easier next season? Not crazy 3 teams above 90 points this season and one on 87 or whatever it is Southampton got. So, looks like a good job to me over there at Norwich. And as much as I like David Wagner, seems a good bloke, doesn't seem that the fit was perfect, and I think I did see this one coming. Let's read some comments and then I'll finish up here. Stephen thought Wagner was going to be sacked in November. Stephen, so did I. If I'm completely honest, I thought he'd go after that Blackburn game. Got to rip the Band-Aid off. I assume that's a Norwich comment in there. Liam thought he would be sacked when Blackburn played them off the park. Nick Nat, quite a few people in the chat last night were saying that's Wagner gone. Well, they were right if that's what they were saying last night. Richard, quite like that's a tribal comment there. What else have we got here? Ian, the football wasn't great under Wagner. Few of the wins weren't great either. Dean Smith sacked January. There you go, mid-season. Around Christmas time. There's a great question. Think if Southampton lose, Martin is sacked too. I actually don't, but I can see why we'd be having that conversation. Do you think Norwich, do you think Wagner would have been canned if Norwich had lost by 1 or a share? Do you know what, Jack? I think he probably would have. I think they decided that either he was going to take them up or he was gone. Do you know what? He might have even taken them up and been sacked as well, which would be crazy. But there you go. We are going to clip that one out. That is my reaction to David Wagner out of Norwich. Get in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on the decision and who you would like to see next in at Norwich and who you think is going to get that gig. Right, we're going to go to team news in just a second. Just wanted to get that one done. The big news of the day. We are sponsored by Match Bingo as ever. I'm going to go in there. I'm going to buy my card right in front of your face. Here we go. Confirm purchase. So just head over to the Match Bingo app. Click on Southampton, West Brom. It's £2 to play today, no freebies. Tonight, £275 prize pot. You can see down the bottom there if you get the first line, 25 quid. Second, 50 quid. If you get the full house before anyone else, 100 quid. If you get the full house after the first guy to get it, you're going to get a share of the 100 quid. The second 100 quid, that is. There is my card in the middle there, yellow card shown in a minute. Ended in 7. Goal ended in a minute, end in 4. If you want to have a look and see how close I got last night. Ooh. Not bad. I didn't get any full lines, but look, we're only missing 3 off the full card there. And the full house went unclaimed last night. So we'll play along as we go on Match Bingo. We would love you to do the same. This is the end of the season now, Match Bingo. Excuse me. Sorry, let me take a quick drink. Oh, my eyes are watering. There we go. Talk. Right. Match Bingo been with us all season. My eyes are proper watering as well. So just get involved with them as we come into the end of the campaign. Let them know we sent you, of course, by clicking on that there QR code. Remember, if we're gambling, we've got to please play responsibly. Appreciate all of your support for our partners. Clive is right. Gamble responsibly, folks. That is important. I know I'm contractually obliged to say it, and we all say it, but listen to the message. Just have a game, have a little bit of fun, and on we go. Right. Team news, playoff semi-final, second leg, Southampton, West Brom. We're going to march through this. We're going to get your views as well. Let's have a look. Who is playing in the big game tonight? Let's get into this. I'm on the wrong page, obviously, on FootMob. Professionalism is. Here we go. There you have it. Southampton in goal. Remember, no Bazunu. So it is Alex McCarthy in goal for Saints. They're back to a back 4. They did play a 3, a 5. Call it whatever you like. So Jack Stevens left back, but he very, very much moves into midfield the few times I've seen him. So just keep an eye on that. Jan Bednarek, Taylor Harwood-Bellis are the centre-backs. Remember, Harwood-Bellis likely to be joining permanently. I think there's either an option or an obligation, one or the other. Someone will correct me in the chat. On him signing permanently from, where is he? Man City. If Saints get up. And potentially one of the highest valued players in the entire division. There he is, Kyle Walker-Peters. Honestly, I didn't expect him to do a whole season of Championship football, but he has. In the midfield for Saints, Aribo, who I've seen win a playoff final for Charlton against Sunderland back in 2019. Flynn Downs, Saints fans tell me they're a lot better with him in the team than without him. Will Smallbone makes up the rest of the midfield. And it's pretty attacking this actually from Saints, isn't it? Ryan Fraser on the left. David Brooks on the right. Adam Armstrong doesn't always play down the middle. We like him coming in off the right-hand side, but no Che Adams tonight. On the bench for Saints, Lumley, Bree, Manning, Rothwell, Charles, Sulemana, Ross Stewart on the bench, and Edozie, and Mara as well. I'll just say those last 4 again. Sulemana, Stewart, Edozie, Mara. They probably have got more attacking talent on the bench. Remember, West Brom have played for the longest time without a recognised number 9. So look out, if this is level, the ability for Russ Martin, he could change his entire front 4. Obviously, there'll be some kind of drop-off, but decent bench there for sure, as you'd expect from a newly relegated, last year, Year 1 parachute team. For West Brom, Palmer in goal. Darnell Furlong and Connor Townsend are the fullbacks. A twin towers here of Cedric Kipre and Kyle Bartley. good head it, kick it centre backs, and the way Carlos Corberan sets up, they are allowed to exaggerate their strengths. They're a very good defensive team, West Brom. Part of that reason is Yokuslu sat in front of them with Alex Mowat, who of course got all the way to a playoff semi-final with Barnsley in 2021. Hello to everybody on TikTok, by the way, up on the mobile phone. Keep your comments coming. We'll try and read some of them out as we go as well. Tom Fellows down the right, the youngster gets the start. Maybe that's because Jed Wallace has to play down the middle. We'll get to him. Mikey Johnston, for a while, can't remember what month it was, maybe January time, was my favourite player in the Championship to watch. He went on a complete brilliant killing spree, didn't he, of dribbling by defenders and smashing it in. If you're looking for somebody to score you an individual goal, he's your guy. Or maybe Grady Diangana is your guy. He's in the 10. Never quite reached the levels he did under Slaven Bilic, where he, Mateus Pereira, really, I don't say carried, but really led West Brom to that promotion under Bilic in the COVID season. Took second place behind Bielsa and Leeds. And Jed Wallace, he's not a striker, but he'll do you a job in the kind of false nine position. Hugely experienced. Great dribbler, great crosser, good long-range shooter, without necessarily, as I say, being an orthodox number 9. Bench for West Brom: Griffiths, Reach, Phillips, Ajayi, Swift. Look out for him. He'll be coming in. Well, we'll see what the game state is, but definitely towards the end of the 90. Chalobah, Mvia, Vyman. And there is a striker there on the bench, Brandon Thomas Asante, but Carlos Corberan just going for maybe the experience of Jed Wallace over Brandon Thomas Asante, who you'll see on the crawler down there is the top scorer for West Bromwich Albion. Let's have a look. Where's Adams and the other Armstrong? Yeah, that does weaken them, Thomas, to be fair, doesn't it? Both out injured. What else have we got? He had a great February. I'm sure we took him. Mikey Johnston there, who was tremendous. What else have we got in the chat? By the way, I'm just going to click on all these people here. Look by their names. All members. We've got a few Patreon members as well who don't have this lovely sign by their name, but really, really appreciate. You see that symbol down there? All those people have hit join to support me on the channel here, and we really, really, really appreciate that. Right. Shall we get in with some predictions, guys? We'll do them in just a minute, but I would love a quick like spike before we get into the predictions. We've already got 32 likes. I'd love to get up to 50 likes. You've got 9 seconds for this like spike. Hit the hearts on TikTok as well. So I just need you to all hit like once I hit the stinger. And we'll see if we can get up to 50. It's like spike time, everybody. Hit that thumbs up if you're watching live on YouTube. Away you go. We really, really greatly appreciate your support. I think we got 200 likes yesterday. Yeah, it's zoomed up to 48 already. So greatly appreciated from you lot. Remember, the bare minimum to support the stream. Get involved in the chat. Get debating. Give your opinions. We love the standard and the behaviour, given what else we see on YouTube, of our chat. Everybody's got their right to their opinion. Free speech ahoy. Just don't be a jerk. There is such thing as good attention and bad attention. And sometimes you teach children when they learn that if they can't get good attention, they'll just get bad attention. That's not the way to behave. And sometimes we get there with adults. in the chat, but not normally here on the Benjamin Bloom football channel. Greatly appreciate. I can't speak. Christian Allen has become a new YouTube member. Christian, thank you so much. I'm going to drink to you, buddy. Just like that. Hold off on your predictions. Just a sec, guys. I'll get to them in a minute. What I will say, I just dropped this in the kitchen and a bit has come off my bottle. That's supposed to hook over there. We have a broken bottle, but big thank you to Christian. Christian, if you're watching right now, my friend, send me a DM on Twitter or Instagram, and I'll get you added to our WhatsApp group, which is a exclusive for our Patreons and our channel members here. If not, you send me an email if you're not on either of those. BenjaminBloomMusic@gmail.com. And thank you so much for the joining there. Players are out. I better hurry the hell up here. It's 7:57. Yeah, out they come, says Greg. It's a good group. It very, very much is. And we met some great friends on here. Right, guys, I'm so sorry if you put your predictions in. You're going to have to do it again. I really, really am sorry. But I'll put the stinger up here. You got 16 seconds. Help me out here so I don't just get a load of numbers. It's not very exciting. Stick the scores in. And stick the team names in as well. Get your predictions in now. You've got 16 seconds. Get them in up on TikTok as well. Let's go. Go. Right, let's do some predictions, you lot. Where on earth do I start? Where do I begin? Right, here we go. 2-1 Saints. 3-3 Baggies on penalties. 2-1 Baggies. 4-4 then Pens. We've got some funny ones in here. 3-2 Saints after extra time. 2-0 Saints. 2-0 Saints. 1-1. Who's winning after extra time, Liam? 3-2 Saints in 90. 1-1 Baggies. Baggies advance. 1-0 Baggies. 2-1 Saints. 2-1 Baggies. All over the place, this. 1-0 Baggies. 3-0 Saints. 3-1 Saints. 3-2 West Brom after extra time. Excellent detail, Rich. I would expect nothing less from you. 2-0 Baggies. 2-1 Baggies. 1 red card, 2 pens. Drama! Coin toss. Taking place right now. I'm really sorry. I'm not going to read out any more predictions. I'm going to click them all up on the screen. It's my fault, you lot. I've been babbling on. I knew I was going to get asked about David Wagner, so we wanted to get spoken about there, and so we can get the clip out later on. Sorry, just getting all of the predictions in. There we go. What's my prediction? I think I went... Although, to be fair, I think I was just trying to wind Sam up. I think I went 1-0 West Brom. Did I go after extra time? I can't remember. I just didn't want to go for the predictable because I went for Leeds to qualify in the other one. I think I went 1-0 Leeds and then I think I went 1-0 West Brom. But let's be honest. Predictable is predictable for a reason because it's quite likely, and the smart money, I guess, is on a Leeds Southampton final. But it's not about Leeds tonight. It's about Southampton versus West Brom. That is the focus for the next couple of hours. Jed Wallace is about to kick off here at St Mary's. It is playoff football. It was dramatic, but it was over in a flash last night, wasn't it? Leeds 3 up in sort of half an hour, wasn't it? Or just before half time, rather. Will it be the same tonight? Let's find out. We are off at St Mary's. So a few predictions up there on TikTok. Feels like the moment's gone for that, but I do appreciate you lot up there watching as well. Yakuslu's managed to concede a foul within 20 seconds of this one starting. And it looks like it's going in the box from Saints. We saw a fast start yesterday in the first semi-final, second leg. 7 minutes, the first goal. And we saw the importance of set plays to break the seal in what can be a tight affair. Smallbone's going to take the free kick. Floats it in. It's a poor one from Smallbone, headed clear. And he's had to go all the way back home to McCarthy. Next Norwich manager will be Steve Cooper. I suspect Steve Cooper's agent is going to take a lot of calls this summer. It's going to be in demand if he can't get himself a Premier League job. He'll probably get offered all the top Championship jobs after that promotion with Nottingham Forest. Bednarek. Walker Peters seems to be down the left-hand side. I'm sure that's just temporary. And he's got the give and go, actually. Walker Peters in the box, hits the shot, blocked by Mowat. Aribo can't control. Good start by Southampton. Had all the territory, but they have given away a free kick. Good luck, Baggies and Saints fans. Well, absolutely, yeah. May the best team win, as I always say. No one ever believes me when I say that. We'll get you a timestamp. Probably after 3 minutes. Watching on Sky Sports Main Event HD Live. If you're watching on Now TV, Smart TV, Sky Go, you might be a little bit out of kilter, so you can get yourself lined up. I'll give you a time sync as soon as I can. That's a good debate for you in the chat from Joe. Who finished highest from the relegated sides next season? I talked to Sam about this, and I went Burnley highest, followed by Luton, followed by Sheffield United. He's got a Ndai shirt there, so he probably doesn't want to hear that. But yeah, not entirely sure how Sheffield United will transition. But yeah, it's a good debate. Get it going. On this day, 22 years ago, Ipswich 5, Bolton 3. The greatest game of football, or certainly the most exciting game of football I've ever seen in my life and probably will ever see in the flesh. McCarthy. Howard Bellis switches the play. Ivan Sunjic lover is asking for a League One early prediction. I assume he wants me to say Birmingham, but they're going to be favourites, aren't they? And Derby, Pompey, Sheffield Wednesday, all out of the way. Ipswich out of that division now. So I think I read on Twitter someone saying it looks a bit more League One-y. And I knew exactly what they meant when they said it. Townsend clears. Wallace, chest. Good hold that. Dean Garner just ran into trouble. If he could have released that, he actually had Fellows and Johnston open. Didn't manage to. Looks very poor apart from Birmingham. Someone will step up. Probably blooming Wrexham, won't it? Howard Bellis. Walker Peters. It's turned over. West Brom haven't got out their half yet, have they? But good defensive side. Well done, Craig. Benji, the way your hair glows on a cold spring evening excites me. Motivators to use my head and shoulders more often. If that's not comment of the day, I don't know what is. What do you think of all the grey in my beard, though, Craig? Here comes Wallace down the right. Oh, tremendous. Rich, West Brom's defensive shape, so disciplined. Isn't it, Jess? Rich, they were individually for moments. I mean, to be honest, Southampton, they were probably the big one. But West Brom actually schooled Ipswich in a game we covered earlier in the season. Ben's blushing. You're damn right at my age, hey? Rotherham have re-signed Clark Harris. Yeah, totally agree, Luke. Steve Evans and Johnson Clark Harris, hey? That smells like being towards the top of League One. Doesn't it? Southampton 0, West Brom 0. All quiet so far. Saints with, all the possession really. 76% says Footmob. No chances yet. Here's Brooks. Oh, Brooks little slide through looking for Small Bone. Is Rich still in the chat? Rich, do you need... I was supposed to send you the thing. Rich, give us a thumbs up if you want to pop in at half time. There is the UK Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak, wearing a Southampton jumper. Guys, I'm sure you've got lots of views on politics. No offence. I don't want to hear them and the rest of the chat doesn't want to hear them. But the Prime Minister is at the game and we'll stick to football as the... Whose podcast is that? Stick to Gary Neville, isn't it? Palmer. Kipre. West Brom just getting on the ball for the first time. We'll clip down the line. Smallbone wins it back. Oh, Armstrong running off the shoulder. Armstrong's been whistled for a foul. I'm going to plead the fifth until I see a replay of that. Could have been clever from the centre-back. Does he give him a shove? Not a lot in that. I think that's clever from the centre-back, isn't it? Well, that looks soft. I thought it did, didn't it? I think the centre-back is waiting for the contact, gets it, goes down and gives the ref a decision to make. And he gets exactly what he wants. Shay. Good evening. Oh, Palmer, my goodness me. Got closed down in his 6-yard box there by two Saints defenders. No foul given. And he managed to turn between the two of them and then just poke the ball away from his goal. Wow. Dear oh me. Interested to see a replay of that one. Bartley, Mowat, opens his body up. Nice take. Turns back into trouble. Yokuslu. West Brom just coming into the game. Saints had all the ball for the first 6 minutes. As we come up 10 minutes, Sky trying to intimate to us that West Brom haven't been in the final third, or rather one of the last 15 touches or passes or whatever it was has been up that end of the pitch. But they are just growing into this West Brom now, aren't we? And here comes Fellows down the right. Fellows tries to get the cross in. Deflects out for a corner into those Baggies fans behind the goal. And I think before someone says it in the chat, we've all got set pieces circled, haven't we, in terms of West Brom? Who's going to win the game of football? Probably Southampton. Who's going to win the set play battles? That's one you can tick off for West Brom. Big Bartley is up. Kipre 2. Townsend always seems to punch his weight on set plays as well. In fact, both the fullbacks do. I think we covered game against Hull for West Brom where Furlong scored. In fact, Townsend's not in the box and Furlong is. Corner goes short. Johnston knocks it back. Hung up. Townsend is now in the box. And do you know what? It's a free header in the end for Grady D and Garner. Don't know what Stevens is doing there. He's in front of him, touch tight. He just leaves him to go to Townsend behind him. And it's headed wide. Best chance of the game so far. Southampton are on the attack now. Aribo, Fraser, Downs. What a cross. Yeah, I don't think it's quite how he intended it, but it'd go down as a completed cross, wouldn't it? Brooks. Walker-Peters. Surely the offside flag's going up against Armstrong. We're going to play on as Bartley knocks it out into the left-back area. And Johnston just boots it down the ground. I'd appreciate, Hamza, if Palmer didn't give me any more cardiac arrest. We haven't had a replay of that from Sky, have we? Incredible moment, 3 or 4 minutes back now. Alex Palmer in his own box, pressed by 2 Saints attackers. Shimmies in between them. He's falling over as well as he stretches and pokes it away with the outside of his right foot. Into the box goes Brooks. Brooks goes down, actually. Flynn Downs, big penalty appeal. Russ Martin is in the face of referee Stroud, who's the 4th official. Referee Robinson looks unperturbed. I'm going to plead the 5th until I see the replay. Big appeal from Flynn Downs, but as I always say, never trust anybody in a football stadium, player or fan or manager, appealing for a decision, because they just appeal for everything, don't they? So I'll wait for the replay and we'll see if referee Robinson called that one right. David Brooks going down in the box. Neil, this is a question that's come up a few times. If Southampton don't go up, is Martin's job in danger? I don't think it is, but I can understand why Neil and a couple of others have asked that question. Clipped over the top by Downs. That's going to go dead, and I wonder if Sky will give us a replay on that incident. David Brooks just talking to Connor Townsend about it there. Not a lot in it. He does have hold of his arm first off there. It's one of those, isn't it, where it's probably a little bit foully because he holds his arm, and a little bit divey as well because that contact was not commensurate to take him down. We talked about that many, many times, haven't we? But yeah, probably not a penalty for me there. Look at Corberon on the sideline. He is a jack in the box. Brooks too eager to go down. Appeal enough and you'll get the decision. I think he could get booted. Should have finished closer there. Yeah, I know what you mean. He did still get 87 points in literally the hardest season statistically in Championship history. So I suppose they could take pity on him for that reason. Would have been soft if given. Yeah, I agree with that. Exaggerated fall for the extent of the contact. Yeah, they're always difficult when they're like that, aren't they? Because just because the fall is exaggerated doesn't mean there wasn't a foul in the first place. I've always said I'd love to see a referee give a penalty, say, look, there was a foul, but you dived as well. So I'm going to book you for diving and give the penalty. It'll never happen, but that would amuse me greatly to prove that it's not binary all of a sudden. You can dive and be fouled at the same time, if you get my drift. But that's just me being pedantic, isn't it? Mowat. Mowat gets a bit lucky there. Dean Gunn, a good slide challenge by Smallbone. 26 game undefeated streak and finished 4th. Well, exactly. Do I think Derby survived, James? I'm going to have to do much more research on that. We'll ask our lad Lewis in Patreon. Yeah, I'll need to get into my 1 to 24 mode there and see who we think the runners and riders in terms of bottom 6 are. Foul on Kyle Walker-Peters. It was deemed a simulation. Well, there you go. Brad, who's your favourite Sheffield team on TikTok? I'm not getting involved in that. Come on, man. I'm running a YouTube channel here. I love Sheffield Wednesday and Sheffield United exactly equally. There we go. 2 great clubs. Armstrong crosses in low. They've hit the post. Oh, David Brooks sliding in. Keeper's not got a hope of saving that. Palmer just hits the outside of the post. Goodness me, it's a great ball through. Who played that through? Was it Harwood Bellis? Oh, it's a big chance that, isn't it? That just shaves the inside of the post. And I mean, he's right there on the near post, Palmer. But it comes so quickly across and he hits it so quickly. You think Brooks, even if it going off the keeper's legs or arms or something like that. The closest we've had to a goal there, David Brooks hits the outside of the post. Sheffield FC. There we go. I love them also equally to the Brilliant Blades and the Brilliant Owls. Don't get me in trouble with any of those sets of fans. We've had good fun covering both, hey? JJ, Albion fan, can't see us winning this one. Interesting. Free kick, baggies. Watch those splinters, says Aaron. Mate, I'll admit it up on TikTok. Whatever you say, you're in trouble, hey? Moet, big diag from him. That's going to be offside, isn't it? Brought down by Furlong, who is not offside. Wallace, back to Furlong. Fellows, step over. Fellows crosses in. Good goalkeeping, really good goalkeeping by Palmer. Sorry, McCarthy. Palmer's literally the other keeper. Oh, that's really good. Yeah, that's just dropping either onto or underneath the bar. Look at Townsend arrive. He just flips it back over the crossbar. Good goalkeeping that. Searching cross. Another corner. Liam, I'm watching Bolton Oxford. The plan is, yes, I will be watching Bolton Oxford. Bazunu injured Shea. Did not finish the season. In comes the corner. Oh, it's gone in low. Little flick. Nice idea. But here comes David Brooks on a counter. Brooks 1 against 4. Great carry by Brooks. He's still got it. What a run. Brooks hits the shot. He kind of had to after carrying it miles down the ground. Although Adam Armstrong had caught up with him in the end. Goodness me. Who do I think Norwich will go for? I've got no idea, Dave. Absolutely no idea. One of Napper's contacts at Arsenal apparently is the guy. So we'll see. Brooks trying to do a Giggs. George Weir-esque. Tremendous. Where will Smodics end up? If you haven't checked out... Oh, whipped in. Ryan Fraser's in behind. I know we kind of think Southampton overplay sometimes, but a couple of really beautiful bits of direct football from Saints to make their 2 sort of best openings. That was one of them. Fraser, I say he couldn't quite control it. He had a pretty damn good go at it. It's just nicked off his toe by, I think it was Tom Fellows on the cover. And by the way, Sammy Smodics on Big Sam's podcast last week, I think. Pretty interesting chat. And yeah, well, I'll let you watch it and read into it what you will. But I'm sure he'd be... I'm sure his agent will be taking calls, put it that way, after a season of a lifetime. Corner, Saints, Smallbone, right-footed. One arm up. Corner goes short to Downs. Smallbone puts the cross in the end. Flicked on the near post by Aribo. Gonna be another corner. Corberon doing miracles with this mediocre at best West Brom team. Mediocre at best might be stretching it, but I agree he's doing a fine job. Smallbone. In it goes. Punched away by Alex Palmer. And we are coming up midway through the first half. Cross comes in from the left. Kipre throws himself at it. Kind of goes out at a very weird angle, that. And it's going to be a throw-in to Saints, which Walker-Peters is going to take. Harwood-Bellis to Bednarek to Smallbone to Harwood-Bellis. Southampton on top again. You just know West Brom are capable of keeping this 0-0, and then every time they get a little flurry of set pieces, you think, could they nick it? Tough defending there from Kipre. Comes all the way out with Flynn Downs, ends up going back to McCarthy in goal. Macaulay Langstaff, excuse me. How many is he the one that's scored 700 goals in the last 2 seasons? Goldie on TikTok. I want West Brom to get promoted because of the walkout song, yeah. Is that the right one? Am I humming the right melody? And some swear words about... Who did they sing about, West Brom? Wolves, I think. Or was it the other way around? They did that at Birmingham. I can't remember. Johnston down the left wing. Johnston, good carry, good tackle by Walker-Peters, but it is another corner for West Brom, who are well in this, aren't they? The Liquidator. F off Wolves, is that what they say? Of course, we don't endorse any such sentiments. We're just quoting what the Baggies fans sing. Wonderful club, Wolverhampton Wanderers. Corner's going to come in. All the big lads are up. It's going to be an outswinger from Mowat, left footer. Headed down by Bartley. Good header, that. Headed clear. Mowat into the box. Oh, goodness me. Mowat absolutely hammers it across. Dean Garner was in there. It would have been a really difficult finish to redirect that because he's facing the wrong way. He's offside as well. He's miles offside. But comes off the defender and goes out. Yeah, flags rightfully up. It didn't come off Dean Garner, but he was the dictionary definition of interfering with play there. Rathbringer. Love the show. Been watching a long time. Was going to see Ipswich at Turf Moor next season. Looks like that won't happen. Well, there we go. But welcome back. If we do have any Burnley fans in, any Luton fans, any Sheffield United fans, you are very, very welcome. You're at home here. Brooks tries to knock it into the channel, headed out by Furlong. Carlos Corberon's going mad in the dugout. Harwood-Bellis to Walker-Peters. Stevens. Harwood-Bellis. Walker-Peters. Bednarek. Always cuts a very animated figure. Doesn't he, Jess? Tremendous manager. Carlos Corberon. There's the direct one over the top again through to Fraser. A bit more tricky one to control this time. Comes off the shin. Nice and direct from Southampton. He's onside by the look of it. He's too worried about sprinting away from the centre half. He's too close to the ball to control it. Palmer bowls that one out to Bartley. Dean Garner. Kipray. Johnston. Bartley. Unforced error there, and out it goes. I mean, I say it's an unforced error. He's being pressed, which is literally the definition of a forced error, but you know what I mean. Should have made the pass. Walker-Peters. Bednarek. Stevens. Good defensive shape from West Brom, although I think we're do Bears go to the toilet in the woods territory there. They always have a good defensive shape, don't they? That diagonal ball is scaring me. It's worked twice now, hasn't it? Or certainly Fraser's managed to get in behind. Good to see Southampton mixing it up, though. Been accused of being predictable many times this season, but a nice bit of variety in the play. Walker-Peters, Downs, Smallbone, Walker-Peters. Here is Harwood Bellis. Downs and Brooks. Brooks knocks it inside to Walker-Peters. West Brom, everybody back. Feels like the game has slowed down a little bit. Yeah, it's gone into cagey mode, hasn't it? Not necessarily attack against defence, but West Brom's block is getting lower. Oh, nice cross in from the right-hand side. From Brooks, easy gather for Palmer. As we come up 28 minutes. 29, in fact. All quiet. I think we'd had a couple of goals last night in the semi-final at Elland Road. Walker-Peters just has it taken off his toe. Shot driven in low. Easily gathered. By McCarthy. Fellows chases that one down. And out it goes. Any more watch-alongs this weekend? Yeah, we'll try and do Oxford and Bolton tomorrow. I think it's 4:15. But I want to try and go out with the family beforehand. Should be able to fit it all in tomorrow. Bit dull, this one. Has tailed off the last 15 minutes, hasn't it? Out it goes for a throw for Southampton. And the action areas from Sky Sports say over 50% in the middle third now, which I'm sure West Brom will be pretty happy with. Feels boring compared to last night. I mean, compared to last night, that was just fireworks last night, wasn't it? So, high bar in that regard. This was never going to be a 4-0. Intriguingly poised, agreed. Agreed. Downs. Bednarek. Carlos Corberan's pressing signals are quite the joy to watch, aren't they? Turned into midfield. There's that diagonal ball that's worked quite well for Southampton a couple of times, but Fellows gets back and makes it clear down the line in the channel. Furlong is going to take the throw in. As a fellow Town fan, who would you rather face in the Premier League? Of the 4 teams, Southampton the only ones we've beaten. Yeah, right. West Brom, probably. I think the other clubs involved may have a little bit of a head start next season. Might be tricky for West Brom. That'd be a great promotion if Carlos Corberan could mastermind it. Stevens taking an age to take the throw. Downs turns his back. Surprised he hasn't been whistled for this. Don't think West Brom will mind, to be honest. I think they fancy this one going tight and late. Because you know I love extra time, everybody, don't you? My favourite thing in the whole world. Joseph on TikTok. Who do I want to win? May the best team win. Joseph. Which is a polite way of saying not really bothered. Just hoping for a good game. Flynn Downs just taking a bit of a bump. Which will give me a chance to give a little plug for our friends at Beer 52. Would you believe in my hallway in the house, I've got 2 new boxes of Beer 52 and they are Beer 52's boxes. Excuse me as I'm hitting the microphone. Sorry about that. For the Euros. So we'll see what's in there. Look forward to opening them up during the Euros. In the meantime, you can get involved with one of the standard boxes there. You can have one for free, but you've got to pay for the postage. £5.95 to cover the postage. Just head to beer5252.com/bloom. And order your box. You get some bar snacks. You get a magazine as well. You don't have to sign up and subscribe. Just get you one box for free. But you've got to cover that postage. £5.95. All the information is in the crawler down there. Don't tell me about Wine 52, Ian. Sounds right up my street, that one. But we're plugging the Beer 52 and we thank them for being sponsors. beer52.com/bloom. There you go. Ian's on his 3rd case. Tremendous. He's on the case. Any Dubonnet tonight? Oh, those were the days when I had money to buy Dubonnet. Hey? Anyone with children and childminder Cossel. Here comes Adam Armstrong. It's broken through nicely. Armstrong hits the slot shot blocked by Kyle Bartley. Aribo. Downs. Agent Ian. Get him on there. Will I be streaming the Euros? Oh, yes. Come and join us. We'll poll the audience. Let them know, or let me know what cover you want for the tournament. Previous World Cups and Euros and stuff, we've just done as many games as we were saying. Depends on the beer 52. There you go. Oof. I'm sure. Yeah, right. Okay, I can't talk. I'll take it. You need something to entertain you because this match is very cagey. West Brom turning up like one of those European teams in the 90s used to come to play our English teams and sit behind the ball, nick a goal, and we'd be surprised. Walker-Peters. Downs. Good drive forward. Downs to Brooks. Brooks pops the cross in. Blocked by Townsend. Flynn Downs just turning the gas up there. A little drive through from midfield. Corner to Southampton. Dom on TikTok. Albion gone for Atletico Madrid in Europe tactics. A little bit cleaner, but I take his point up there on TikTok. Brooks, corner, Southampton. In goes left-footed. And referee Robinson's given some kind of foul. And in the words of Ian Jury, what a waste. Nothing comes of that one. As we come up 38 minutes in a very, very cagey Championship playoff semi-final second leg. Southampton 0, West Brom 0. Offside flags up. It's probably part of the West Brom game plan, this though, isn't it? Kill the atmosphere, bore them into submission in the first half and go and nick the goal. I'm surely Corberon's got the whole thing mapped out. Will it go his way though? Walker-Peters. Bednarek. Stevens. Nice ball up the line. Held by Fraser. Fraser to Aribo. Oh dear, lads. Completely on a different wavelength there. Out it goes. I think I'm going to quote the now former manager of Norwich, David Wagner, and say with every minute that ticks by for insert West Brom, their chances grow in this one. Here's Smallbone. Walker-Peters. Smallbone. Brooks. West Brom have pitched camp, haven't they? In the Southampton half. This 4-5-1 shape. Downs. So really congested, but really well drilled, to be fair. In comes the cross, headed up by Townsend. Chest down by Johnston. Johnston nearly manages to play Dean Garner in. And I suppose if they are going to sit there for 2.5, 3, 4 minutes at a time defending. They've got to try and find the spaces when they do grab the ball. Downs, Brooks, Walker-Peters. West Brom spoiling Saints' Park. They did a pretty good job of it, aren't they? If the idea is to frustrate and descend us all into tedium, then fair play West Brom. But listen, we're outside of the regular season. We're nearly 3/4 of the way into a playoff semi-final. And West Brom are essentially 1 goal away from Wembley. So fair play to them. Fair play. Smallbone. Brooks. Downs. Bednarek. Walker-Peters. Tries to force that down the line. Deflects. Throw in to Southampton. Half time is approaching. Fraser over on the other side. West Brom's defensive detail, as ever, on point. No space. Look how narrow they are. Look how compact they are. Smallbone. Both he and Townsend thought that was going out. Brooks. Kipray gets his body in the way. Johnston to Kipray. Furlong wins the goal kick. And we are 2 minutes from half time. And if the West Brom game plan is to keep it tight, I say well played, West Brom. For my entertainment here, for my Sky Sports subscription, which pays for lots of the lovely things that these players and clubs get, maybe I'd like a bit more entertainment, but there we go. Walker-Peters down the right-hand side, bit of space. Johnston tracks him. Given away, Townsend comes out on the counter. Townsend does well, actually. Finds Johnston, who's going to dribble that down the left wing. Oh, he's done brilliantly, Johnston. Still got it. Still got it, Johnston. What a great run. Oh, and he's given the ball away, hasn't he? Ryan Fraser comes sprinting away. Fraser's still got it. Where you going, fella? Not past Tom Fellows. Smallbone. Walker-Peters. Harwood-Bellis. Get your questions ready for half-time. Not going to be much to talk about in terms... I should have done the David Wagner chat at half-time, shouldn't I? I had 3 goals to talk about at half-time last night. Walker-Peters, 10 seconds until we find out how much stoppage time in the first half. Fair. Yeah, I've had plenty of entertainment. And as a neutral, I always get plenty of entertainment in the Championship. 1 minute of stoppage time. I can't say I'm disappointed. This could do with a good reset. Corberon like Serie A Channel 4. You love it, horse hollerer. I take your point, totally. Walker-Peters. Clip through. Bounces up off Kipre. No offside flag against Aribo. Aribo inside the box. Aribo tries to curl it. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to be that for half time. We're through the 1 minute of stoppage time. Get ready with your questions at half time, because referee Robinson brings to an end a first half, really, that's going to be characterised by West Brom sitting, saying, nope, you ain't getting through. Couple of chances in this one. Let me bring up the shot map. David Brooks had the best of them for Saints. Can I have a shot map, please, Foot Mob? And you can see the chance quality. Not the greatest. That must be Dean Garner's header, is it, for West Brom? Where's Brooks' chance? There you go. That's the best of the game. 0.23 on the XG. But if you want a stat to pick out, one shot on target for both sides combined in the first half. Southampton with loads of possession, 71%, but I repeat, one shot on target. And that's not one of these occurrences where Saints have just passed it around and been a bit flaky. Just West Brom have been just defensively very, very switched on and very motivated to just sit behind the ball and kill this game. They've killed the first half. It's not the greatest watch, I have to say, but if West Brom is still 0-0 in minute 67 and they stick a set play in the net, we're all going to sit here and go, oh, here comes the S-House masterclass from Corberon. So, you know, you've got to win by any means necessary. And that is the tactic that West Brom are deploying tonight. Let's be honest, most teams would struggle in a out-and-out game of football against Southampton. So West Brom are doing their thing. Get your questions in, and we'll do some halftime Q&A. Read some comments. Liam, would you scrap VAR? I just think they've probably come too far now to just go, nah, we're going to stop doing that now. Maybe instead they could do some kind of fresh start thing and a big public audit and how they're going to change it and make it better. But yeah, I know football fans are massive whingers who can't accept any 50-50 decision that isn't given for their team. But yeah, football fans really hate VAR, don't they? So yeah, something needs to be done, doesn't it? Let's have a look. Comments and questions. Windy City. West Brom will come out firing on all four in the second half. I mean, that would be the ultimate away performance, wouldn't it? Sit and defend, attack for 10 minutes, score a goal, sit and defend again. I couldn't wait to be old enough to grow Del Piero sideburns. Yeah, I never always struggled a bit with the old sideburns. Right. Questions. Alex, are secretly very happy Norwich lost last night? Is that supposed to be, are you secretly Harry? No. I don't play these games. A lot of football fans get very, very tied up in other teams losing. And that's been a big topic this year with the Spurs fans not wanting Arsenal to win the title. But no, I don't know. Never really taken great delight in other teams losing. I don't know. Just doesn't feel like a very productive use of energy. But each to their own. Hey. Each to their own. Fury 4. What do we reckon either team's chances are against Leeds in the final? I mean, it's a week's rest, isn't it? I think Southampton would have a better chance if they could get Armstrong and Adams, Stuart Armstrong and Shay Adams, back in. One-off game, you know, Carlos Corberan will make it hard whoever he plays against. But, yeah, statistically, of the 24 teams, Leeds were the third best, weren't they? Ergo, the most highly qualified team in the playoffs. So, you think they'd be favourites and full of confidence after last night. Jay, if Burnley keeps company, do they give you Norwich 2021 vibes? Yeah, possibly. The thing with Norwich in 2021, and Jay's talking about a team that gets relegated and then just wins the title again. They literally kept Farker, Aarons, Pookie, and Buendia. So they had the manager and probably sort of three of the most important players from the team. The thing I wonder about Burnley is there are going to be stars of that team who are possibly not going to be there. So it's a little bit different in terms of, you know, oh, let's just go straight back to the team that won the league just before. So, but yeah, you could see them, you know, keeping company and winning the title again. Burnley, couldn't you? Any rumours as to who Ipswich might sign? Many. It's going to be a long summer with transfer links. Ahoy. Ian, with VAR, it works in rugby. Look at how they improve it and take note of how they do it. Mic the ref up. I mean, it would be nice to have the ref mic'd up. You just got to understand the culture of football fans that you can have a referee mic'd up, make a subjective decision and explain why he's made that decision. Could even not be a subjective decision, could even be an objective decision, and then quote the rules and explain why he's made it. And football fans still will not accept that decision if it's going against their team. That's just the culture. I always remember going to Wigan, and genuinely, I just got enthralled by this bloke behind me. He genuinely appealed every single decision in the game that went against Wigan. And you start to think, hang on a minute. Surely not 100% of these decisions can be wrong. We got an issue here, haven't we? Fury or Usyk? I don't know enough about boxing, so get on that in the chat. But yeah, someone will win that bout for sure. Is it coming home, Ben? Is this the year? Of course it's coming home, Callum. I'm duty bound to say that each and every week on the channel. Right. I think we are going to the ad break over on Sky. And we should be getting back to the second half very, very soon. Let's just check in over on Match Bingo. See how I'm doing. Not terribly. Guess where I'm struggling though? Down the middle column again, as per usual. First line's gone, by the way. Congratulations to Bingalind 62. Well done. He or she has got the win over on Match Bingo. I'm still in the game. You can get involved in the game. Please play responsibly as ever. And as we said earlier in the first half, where am I pointing? It's harder than it looks. Up there, get involved over at Beer52, beer52.com/bloom. Get yourself a free box of beer. You've got to pay the postage though, £5.95 on the postage. VAR takes the problem of refs at pitch making decisions and replace it with persons far away. It does not remove the human error, it just adds a big delay. True, if they're making mistakes, then that is true. I do think as a culture of football fans, we need to respect the subjectivity of decisions more. Because there are many football decisions where there is no black and white, where you have to say, okay, here's the situation, could be given that way, could be given that way. I think that's where a lot of the issues come, just with the tribalism, isn't it? And, you know, unfortunately for football fans, sometimes you just got to accept that a decision could actually be called either way, depending on how it's perceived. But people don't respect the subjectivity, and especially if they support a team, they're just going to side with their team literally 100% of the time. And I think that's a big issue that basically means you're never going to have a sensible discussion about refereeing in that respect. Exactly there. So many decisions are subjective. 100%. How are Shaylee and Enid doing? It's very nice of you to ask, Jay. Shaylee is doing her TikTok. If anyone is on TikTok, I know there's lots of people on TikTok. If you follow me, I only follow one person, and it's Shaylee. So give her a follow on her. She does her book reviews and whatnot. Jakemans. Gotta love a Jakemans. That's a sponsorship I would take. If you got to sit here for 2.5 hours, because we could get extra time, 3 hours tonight, then my God, you need a bit of help with your throat, don't you? Hey? There we go. Half time in this one. Southampton 0, West Brom 0. Just having a little half-time debate. And really the reason for that is very quiet game. West Brom have come and set up to frustrate Southampton. They've succeeded, but they've also succeeded in frustrating the most of us who are neutrals, who want to see loads of shots and loads of goals. But you've got to respect every approach in football, whether it's direct, whether it's passing, whether it's attacking, whether it's defensive. It's got to win the game. So I don't want to be snobby about a team playing defensively. But yeah, could be more entertaining, couldn't it? Look at this. Look at all the sales Jakemans would get if they sponsored our watch-alongs here. So tomorrow we are probably, hopefully, as long as I can get out with the family first, we'll figure this all out, going to be watching the League One playoff final between Bolton and Oxford United. Bolton finishing the regular season in 3rd place. Took Derby most of the way, didn't they? But 5-point gap in the end. Bolton qualifying against Barnsley, who they played in the semi-finals and lost against last season. Oxford went to Peterborough, who were involved in probably one of the most famous playoff semi-finals of, probably of all time. Really, that one will be remembered. Peterborough getting knocked out by Sheffield Wednesday last year, and they got knocked out again. So we'll give that a look tomorrow. By the way, before we go back to the second half, let me just give you one more plug. Sorry, I know you get fed up with my plugs. Have a look on the crawler. I'll be doing the day job, playing some gigs. I'll be appearing with Wow, That's What I Call the 90s. Tremendous 90s tribute. And you should see some dates popping up there. We're going to be in Rotherham on June the 1st if you want to come and see the show. That's at the Chantry Brewery Tap Bar. We are going to be on July the 13th at the Diamond in Sutton in Ashfield, and we're going to be at 45 Live in Kidderminster on July 20th. Have a little look down there, and if music's your thing, you want to come and hang out and see me play a show, those are the venues, and I'm often out with that show, so plenty of chances to come and see us there. There you go. Ian, come and join us in Rotherham, absolutely. What keyboard is that? That behind me is, what is it? A Roland RD300. But I won't be using that on the gigs. I'll be using my beautiful Korg Kronos. There you go. Only 5 miles from the Diamond. Love it. Yeah, come and join us. Come and join us. Do I have a gig in West Yorkshire? I gig everywhere, Clive. We'll get the dates up and yeah, do come and see us. Anyway, we've got some football to talk about because it's the second half of the playoff semi-final, second leg. Not the most exciting first half. Only one shot on target, I believe, in the whole shouting match. But we have high hopes for the second half because I tell you, I bloody hate extra time. I love the playoffs, but I hate extra time. So, lads, if you can get this sorted in the next 45, that'd do me a great big solid. We are off and running in the second half. No substitutions at half time, which should give us an opportunity to run through the teams. You've probably memorised most of them already, given how they were both in formation for vast swathes of the half, not really moving around. Let me just move the banner off and we'll run through real quick. McCarthy in goal for Saints, Walker Peters, Howard, Bellis, Bednarek, Stevens, Rebo down, Smallbone, Brooks, Armstrong, Fraser. Free kick taken quickly by West Brom. And it's going to be pulled back. Don't know why. Just give me a chance to go through the West Brom team. Palmer, Townsend, Kipre, Bartley, Furlong, Yakuslu, Mowat, Fellows, Dean Garner, Johnston, and Jed Wallace. It is 4th versus 5th semi-final. The winner will face Leeds United at Wembley on Sunday, the 26th of May. And we're going to find out who it is pretty soon. Antonio, why do you hate extra time? I usually loves it. Means more football to watch. The problem is, Antonio, I've already watched 2 hours, hour and a half of football, whatever you want to call it, by the time we get to extra time. And all that happens in extra time, as a rule, is everybody just defends and doesn't try and win. So really, you might as well just go straight to penalties. If no one's going to try and win, that is. Ryan Fraser down the left. Cross blocked by Fellows. Stevens. Yeah, we'll get a time sync in just a jiffy. Oh, shot driven in low by Walker Peters. He's a long way out. Doesn't miss by masses. Don't think Palmer's going to get beaten from there. But not a shot on goal. A shot at goal. And we're going to give you a time sync. We're going to be on 48 minutes exactly. I'll count you down. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Sync. That is your 48-minute time sync. Bartley draws the foul off Armstrong. Diangana. Bartley again. Mowat. Diangana. Ooh, poor ball by Diangana. Gives it straight to Smallbone. It's knocked inside again to Smallbone. Smallbone in the box. Hits the shot into the back of the net. And the deadlock has been broken. It's a big mistake by Grady Diangana in central midfield. Smallbone nicks it off him. It's a give and go. Smallbone gets up into the box. And for once, West Brom were not in their defensive shape. And Smallbone spanks it into the top corner. It's probably what the game needed. Southampton lead. Smallbone the scorer. Diangana's mistake. Saints 1. West Brom 0. I mean, they've just really punished them, haven't they? Brooks' little knock inside. It's an interesting finish. I expect Palmer's anticipating that one to come across him. And he puts it in off the near post. Does it get deflection? Or does it go in clean? Let's have a look. Hard to tell that. If they can give us a super slow-mo, I wonder whether that might take a deflection. But as things stand, Southampton are going to Wembley. And you're going to be facing Leeds in the final. 48-47. The goal time. And as I say, for once, West Brom not in their rigid defensive shape. And fair play to Southampton. They've punished them, which now means West Brom have to score. So they have to change their shape ever so slightly. It's the first foot they've put wrong defensively. Diangana playing across the pitch. The ball gets intercepted. Bosch. Throw in West Brom, which Furlong is going to take. Referee Robinson has stopped us. Bartley and Stevens having a bit of a wrestle on the back post. And the long throw is going to come in. It's taken an eternity to take it. There you go. Here it comes. Headed away on the near post. No foul. And Furlong's going to get another go to lob this one in. Kipre standing in front of the keeper. In comes the throw from Furlong. Flips up off Fraser. Good punch by McCarthy. Mowat hoiks it back in. That should be keeper's ball. Oh, he's dropped it. Kipre's in there with him and he's regathered it. I really hope they haven't given a foul on the keeper there, because that wasn't. Just a really bad bit of goalkeeping, wasn't it? I think he thought Kipre was going to jump with him, and then he doesn't. He's waiting for the brace himself for the hit, doesn't get it, and then just drops the ball. There's that direct ball through, which Palmer deals with. Yakuslu. Slid down the line. Here comes Johnston. He's got Wallace ahead of him. Slides it to Wallace in the left channel. Wallace, that's come off him last. That's going to be a goal kick. West Brom have to go for it now. We've been far too passive. Hamza, as I said, we've been far too passive. A goal, a matter of time. On TikTok, Goldie, game has opened up. This is perfect for Southampton. Well, West Brom got to come and grab a goal now, haven't they? Cleared long by McCarthy, straight out for a West Brom throw. We covered West Brom's game away at Leicester, and they honestly could have scored 3 or 4 in that one. Missed a load of chances, scored one of them in the end, but let's see if they can turn on the attacking style and make some chances now. Fellows powering into the box. Fellows puts it in low. Shot deflected from Mowat. I think that might be a really good block. They're congratulating Harwood Bellis. It's excellent from Fellows. Cuts it back. What a block. Yeah. Just stands his ground, gets his arms out the way. Keeper's not going to save it, is he? Because the ball's coming across, it's bouncing up. It's really going to bounce up and over him. Harwood Bellis does really well. Doesn't turn his back is the key, which we see so often with blocks. But corner to West Brom. And it comes from Mowat. Bartley wins the header, but that's going to go all the way out for a goal kick. Here comes the Smallbone goal again. Going to see that angle from behind. Still can't tell whether there was any little shave off the defender's toe there. Possibly not. Smallbone. Walker-Peters. West Brom pressing with a lot more intent now. Spent the last 20 minutes of the first half just sat back in their 4-4-1-1 shape. Slid through to Ryan Fraser, who is offside. Russ Martin, left MK with a good reputation, but in the middle of the table. Swansea, bottom half, and then middle of the table. Managed to climb up, get better jobs each time. First chance to finish the job. Poor clearance by Palmer. Aribo feeds it through. Flag stays down. It's a great tackle by Kipray. Nearly played themselves into trouble. There, West Brom. Looked like a decent tackle to me. Slides in. Does get a bit of the ankle and a bit of the ball, although I think VAR would flag him offside first, other than the penalty. Interesting one. Not given. Might have been a penalty, but he looks offside, didn't he? Brooks as he's slid through. Difficult call for human eye, let's just say. Yakuslu, little knock round the corner by Johnston. Dean Garner. Game's sped up, hasn't it? I tell you. Furlong, Bartley. Which does kind of intimate that it was actually West Brom who were dictating the pace with their sit behind the ball tactics. Think West Brom are prepping a sub, yeah. Just having a word with Yakuslu. Referee Robinson's having a word with Russ Martin. To be fair, Russ Martin is... I know a lot of people would like to scream at referee Stroud, the fourth official, but he's been going a bit far the last 5 minutes. Hopefully we can all calm down. It's a clumsy one, isn't it, from Kipre? It's a bit silly of Sky, though, if they're just going to repeatedly show the tackle. They need to show whether he was onside or not. Because if he's offside and they're repeatedly showing the tackle, then it's a bit disingenuous, isn't it? Because it's... a debate that doesn't need to be had, but I'd need to see it one more time. It's one of those, isn't it, where the more you see a replay, you can convince yourself it gets more of a foul every time you see it. Give you a different angle, slow it down a little bit more, a little bit more. There's that ball through the middle again. Offside flag is up. Against Armstrong. And what has Carlos Corberan got up his sleeve? We've got 60 minutes to go. Sorry, 60 minutes play. You've got 30 minutes to go. And West Brom need a goal. Furlong. Mowat. One back by Southampton, who can play on the counter-attack themselves now, can't they? It's kind of how they scored, really. Capitalising on the mistake from Dean Garner and punishing him badly. Fraser. Aribo. Rebo crosses left-footed, easy gather. For Palmer. And surely we go to the bench soon. In terms of West Brom. They got to make something happen. And they got under 30 minutes to do it. Bartley. Mowat. Kipre. Outside of the foot from Kipre. Beautiful pass. Townsend tries to pop the cross in. It's deflected out. It's going to be a corner for West Brom. And we're going to get a treble substitution. Looks like Mvia, Swift and Thomas Asante are all going to come in. So fair play to Corberan. He's going to try and affect it. He's got to do something. Corner to the Baggies. In it comes left-footed. Flicked header by Yakuslu. Shot driven in. Great save by McCarthy. I think it's Furlong who hit the shot. And 3 or 4 West Brom players all holding their head there. It went loose. He caught the shot really well. Unfortunately, it's kind of straight at the keeper, isn't it? He does well to tip it over. McCarthy, if he can keep that down, Furlong. Get it lower. Probably scores that, doesn't he? Bartley wins the header from the next corner, but ball drifts out. And are we going to get this triple substitution now? Here they come. Excuse me. Sorry, everybody. Should have hit mute. Dean Garner comes out. His mistake. Hate to say it, don't want to dig an individual out, but his mistake led to the goal for Southampton, didn't it? Wallace out as well. And Yakuslu out. So pretty much straight swaps, I think. Thomas Asante will go up front. Swift will go into the 10. And Villa will sit in central midfield. Thank you. Thank you. Ryan Manning is going to come in as well for Saints. Don't know whether it's going to be for Ryan Fraser, who was just getting some treatment. Are we doing Euro watch-alongs? Yes. I think June the 14th we start, so we should be able to get a little bit of a rest in between the playoff final and the start of the Euros. Looking forward to it. Southampton 1, West Brom 0. So who's coming out for Ryan Manning? Yeah, Ryan Fraser, as we suspected. Referee Robinson, just giving him the hurry up. We have 25 minutes plus stoppage time to play. West Brom need a goal. As things stand, Southampton are headed to Wembley to face Leeds United. Right, here comes the restart for Southampton. Bednarek just clips it forward. Downs wins it. Harwood Bellis, big diag. Manning tries to get the chest down, cleared by Furlong. Harwood Bellis, nice ball to Smallbone. Brooks tries to take on Townsend, takes it out of play. West Brom restart. Kip Bray to Bartley. And there's going to be a point where West Brom have to throw the kitchen sink at Southampton. That's not going to come in minute 66, by the way. Ooh, and Villa we nearly lost the ball and sent Armstrong clean through there. Having said how set up to defend West Brom have been, it'd be very strange if they conceded another goal from a defensive mistake. Will I be lucky enough to get a final ticket? If I do get a final ticket, it won't be luck, I tell you. We'll have a look, see what's going down. Might be nice to be there, but we'll see what the availability is like. I have been to many playoff finals. Smallbone drifts forward. Smallbone pokes it through. Adam Armstrong is onside. Adam Armstrong puts it into the back of the net. Adam Armstrong is not onside. Flag stayed down, obviously. Oh no. It did go up fairly quickly. The linesman just went out of shot. And I thought he'd kept his flag down. Which is what they're asked to do, isn't it? But to be honest, it went straight up. Once Armstrong controlled the ball. Stuck it in the back of the net. Goal disallowed. Rightly. Mvia. Thomas Asante. Back to Mvia. Nice ball by Mvia. Swift draws the foul. Harwood Bellis is furious. I know what he means. I think it was just clumsy, wasn't it? It's been whistled for the foul. Gets plenty on the ball, but it's a bit of an untidy tackle. So I can understand why referee Robinson has given that. Obviously, a few years ago, definitely wouldn't have been given as a foul, but things change. Right, free kick, West Brom with Swift and Mowat over it. Mowat the left footer, Swift the right footer. Can they find one of the big guys? Swift pops it in. Kipray's there. If he just miskicked that, that's a really good chance. I mean, he's offside. He does miskick it as well. I don't know if the flag did go up. Should have. Bartley down the line. Johnston tries to control it. Smallbone breathing down his neck. Smallbone's almost certainly going to win man of the match at this point, isn't he? He's got the goal and seems to be leaving his footing in central midfield as well. Fellows, don't know whether he was on the pitch when he headed that, but they've allowed it to continue. It's Fellows again. Swift and Villa. Furlong inside the box, deflected. Fellows tries to bring it down. Southampton can't clear it. Furlong wins the slide tackle. Here's Mvia. Mvia crosses it in looking for Thomas Asante. Little bit hurried, wasn't it? Manning. Nice little touchdown to Aribo. We're into the last 20 now. Playoff finals. How about that? Trying to think how many I've been to. Villa and Derby. Villa and Fulham. Which other ones have I been to? Huddersfield and Forest. And I'm probably missing one out here. Who was it last season? Luton and Coventry. How many's that? 4 or 5? Oh, Ipswich Barnsley back in the day as well. Another 2 subs. Townsend's coming out and Adam Reach is going to come on. The Dozie's going to come on for Southampton as well. For David Brooks, so he's going to go play on the wing. So that's 4 subs for West Brom now, 2 for Southampton. And just over 15 minutes to play, 73:15 on the clock. Can West Brom make themselves a big chance. Edozie straight into the game from the throw-in. Ball goes loose. Mowat clears, gets a bit lucky because it goes straight to Thomas Asante, who draws the foul. Bartley. Not entirely sure what Bartley's expecting Thomas Asante to do with that. Head high, booted at him. Not particularly accurately either. It's played into the channel for Armstrong. Manning. Stevens. Harwood, Bellis. Smallbone, Edozie. Nice back heel from Downs. Ooh, 2 fouls there. Take your pick, ref. It's probably going to be a yellow card coming out. I think it's Walker Peters got smashed there. The first one, not a good tackle. Ref let it go. Another foul goes in. Free kick Southampton, and time's running out now for West Brom, isn't it? I think it's Kipre that went in the book, was it? Kipre fouled Walker Peters. Smallbone got fouled straight afterwards as well, but the free kick's going to be taken from where Kipre made the foul. Oh, Mowat actually went in the book as well for the foul on Smallbone. Not a good 2 seconds that for West Brom. Free kick then for Southampton. 1, 2, 3, 4 in the wall with one laying down behind it. The draft excluder. Smallbones there, and I think it's Manning is the left footer. Suspect they're going to shoot from here, aren't they? Smallbone dummies. Manning hits the shot. It's hopeless. Hopeless. Smashes it over the crossbar. The ball is with Mvia. Ipswich promotion. Will it make it easier to summarise the second tier next season? We'll be fine, won't we? It was fine when Ipswich were in League One, so we will soldier on. If not, I'll just get Sam to do it, right? Championship check-in with you each and every week. Not sure which day we'll be here next week, Monday or Tuesday probably. Downs powering through midfield. Downs carried it all the way to the edge of the box. Downs plays it onto Adam Armstrong. Drills it in left-footed. Game over. It's a great drive forward by Flynn Downs. It's a great finish by Adam Armstrong. Hits it early with the left foot. I'm doing it. I did it last night. Game over. Southampton are going to Wembley. 13 to play. That is 2-0. Adam Armstrong, the top scorer, does it again. It is Southampton 2, West Brom 0. Well, it's really, really good from Flynn Downs, isn't it? Just drives and drives and drives forward. Armstrong's hanging on the shoulder. He's onside. Hits it nice and early. It's a good finish, isn't it? Just get it low early into the corner. Goal number 22 of the season for Adam Armstrong. Furlong doesn't want to get too tight in the box. As often happens, it's an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer classic. Shot through the legs of the defender. And it is Southampton 2. West Brom 0, and it's going to be Leeds versus Southampton in the final. Armstrong, the scorer. Saints home and dry. Here's Furlong. Smallbone knocks it home, and yeah, you just wouldn't really give much hope to West Brom now. Just need to score with their next attack, don't they? And maybe they can put some pressure on. It's going to be third versus fourth in the final. I think we did we get fifth place last year? In there with, I think Coventry finished fifth, didn't they? And Middlesbrough fourth, is that right? But it's going to be the two highest ranking sides, and Armstrong's in the channel again. Armstrong has it taken off him. Kipre, Mowat gets it clear. Thomas Asante chest down. Great little dribble by Johnston, who draws the foul. Will I go to the playoff final? We're just discussing that. We'll see what the options are. Possibly. You'll find the money from somewhere to buy a ticket as well. Andy Vyman is going to come on for West Brom. Might as well stick another attacking player in. Go down swinging. There's one clipped over the top. Reach volleys it goalwards. Doesn't miss by much. Need to see a replay of that one. Keeper's completely beaten. Reach is not actually that far from goal when he hits it in the end. Might be a bit shinny. Although Reach did go through I'm trying to remember what season it was. 17, 18 maybe? 18, 19, can't quite remember. Scored worldie after worldie, didn't he? Moa out, Vyman in. It's a central midfielder off for West Brom. Vyman has looked like he's gone straight up front. Played pretty much any of the attacking positions, wide either side, number 10 or number 9 as well. Proper versatile. We are into the last 10 minutes. That's not a good tackle. Smallbone fouled again, and the yellow card comes out for John Swift. Probably reinforces why Smallbone will likely get voted by whoever's summarising for Sky as the man of the match here. Bednarek, Harwood Bellis. Played for Wednesday and scored that insane goal against Aston Villa. He scored about 3 in one season, didn't he, Reach? Oh, worldies. Don't even mean 3 in one season, 3 in the space of a couple of months. Kipre has been whistled for obstruction there. And Southampton just trying to see this one out now. They are headed for Wembley. Free kick Saints go short. Walker-Peters. £67. Cheapest ticket. Oof. Great day out, but it will cost you. Back it goes to McCarthy. West Brom just trying to press and Hail Mary it. And they've actually won it back. Reverse ball from Johnston. Swift hasn't got the pace to get by Walker-Peters. And here comes the counter-attack. Stevens is all the way forward. Stevens knocks it on to Manning. Manning goes down in the box. And it is a penalty to Southampton. It's going from bad to worse. Saints are going to have a chance to make it 3-0 from the spot. Fellows sliding in on Manning. Manning just got the touch ahead of him. Waited for the contact. And now Adam Armstrong. He's already got goal number 22 tonight. He's going to have a chance to score goal number 23 of the season. Remember, they don't count for the regular season, but for his full total. He's padding it nicely now. Saints to kill this one off once and for all. Adam Armstrong from the penalty spot. Armstrong steps up, sticks it in the corner, and it is Southampton 3, West Brom 0. Wembley, 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 all confirmed for Saints now. It's been a couple of big margins of victory for the two home teams. The two highest ranking teams in the playoffs are going to compete in the final. Armstrong with his 23rd of the season, and Saints are through to the final. 3-0. Well, big second half from Southampton. Keeper probably could have got that, couldn't he? It's a nice height for him. Armstrong just gets it far enough into the corner, despite Palmer going the correct way. And it is 3-0. Not entirely sure what that dance is that Southampton fan's doing, or why we need to see 30 seconds of slow-mo replay of it, but there we go. The Southampton ownership looking very pleased with themselves, and well, they might. They are off to Wembley. It is all over. Smallbone and Armstrong with a double. And the only question now, there is the great Matt Le Tissier. What a player he was for Southampton in the stands. Only question is, can they match Leeds' 4-goal margin of victory? Still got a couple of minutes to go. Not that it matters. Furlong on the right wing for West Brom. Stevens gets it clear. Foot race between Edozie and Kipre. Kipre wants to take on Edozie. Wins the throw-in. Oh, does he? Kipre goes mad. I think Kipre, is he going to get red carded? Has he already been booked? The yellow card comes out for Kipre. Has he not had two? Did Kipre not get booked a few minutes ago? Obviously not. I thought he got booked in that double foul. No, he didn't. Furlong brings down Aribo. And it's all getting jolly frustrating now. In terms of Southampton. Shay Charles is coming on. Footmob is telling me Kipre got booked on 76 minutes. Lee agrees with that. So if I've seen that right, this could be a big problem for referee Robinson. Was it Mowat? Yeah. I thought he booked both of them. The camera seemed to go... Sky told us he booked both of them, but obviously he didn't if he hasn't sent him off. Not that it matters now, with Southampton 3-0 up and cruising through to Wembley. Seven minutes of stoppage time. West Brom will just want to go home now. At least we don't get extra time, ladies and gentlemen. No extra time in either of the Championship playoff semis. Will we get it in the final? All three finals last year, as that's nicked high up the pitch by Swift. All three finals went to extra time last time. Furlong drives it in low. Fellows picks it up. Fellows just shepherded towards the corner flag. Big tackle by Manning. Come on, Ben. You know you want that extra time. No, I don't. When's the next watch along? We should be doing Bolton and Oxford tomorrow in the League One final. Looking forward to that. Furlong crosses in, deflects off. Is that Rothwell? I didn't even see him come on. Rothwell came on as well with Shay Charles a minute ago. Corner for West Brom. And it goes to the back post. Bartley heads it on. And Kipre and Bartley got in each other's way really there, didn't they? Johnston, Swift. Swift crosses right-footed. Good chance that. I think it was Vyman. Couldn't quite find the corner. Alex McCarthy makes the save fairly easily in the end. Decent chance, wasn't it? Foot further to the right and the keeper's in big trouble there. But it went where it went and he wasn't in trouble. Goal kick goes long and we have played 2 minutes of the remaining stoppage time. Sorry, of the allotted stoppage time. By the way, over on Match Bingo on Sunday in the Premier League, a £2,000 prize pot, 2,000 in the Arsenal versus Everton game. £2,000 up for grabs there if you head over to Match Bingo. If you're playing along on Sunday, big thanks to Match Bingo for supporting us all season. 93 on the clock, 4 minutes minimum stoppage time to go. Edozie travels forward, Reach knocks it clear. Referee could have given an advantage there, but he's pulled it back. And Mvia has been yellow carded. I assume for mouthing off at referee Robinson. Would be nice to see Oxford in the Championship, says Alex. Been a while, hasn't it? Ben, do you think Derby and Pompey will do in Ipswich next season? Don't assume League One teams are going to bounce straight through the Championship every season, because it's happened this year. It hadn't happened for 14 or 13 years or something prior to that, had it? So I would expect that not to become the rule, and that Ipswich will probably be the exception. We shall see. Bartley into the channel. Manning gets in there and he's gone down, holding his ankle. Just trying to kill this one off. There's the new West Brom ownership, or probably 6-month-old West Brom ownership. Forgive me, I've forgotten the fella's name. There you go, Shilen Patel. Thank you, Sky. Who's going to have to restructure. Can he keep hold of Carlos Corberon? Slipped by Vyman at the vital time. As we come in up 95 minutes, Shea Charles draws a foul off Brandon Thomas Asante. As the clock ticks up towards the 7 minutes of stoppage time being complete, Saints fans in celebration mode. They know they're off to Wembley to face Leeds United in the play-off final. Walker-Peters. Downs. And we're all done now. Walker-Peters just stood on the ball. No one pressing him as we go into the final minute of the 7 minutes minimum stoppage time. Little slip there. Thomas Asante grabs it. Fellows, probably last attack of the game, this one. Fellows wins the corner off Manning. As we go into the last 30 seconds of stoppage time. In comes the corner, right-footed. Kipre heads goalwards. What a header. Kipre makes it 3-1. Too little, too late. I said it'd be the last attacking player of the game. What a goal that is. He's way out. He sticks that right in the corner. It's a brilliant goal by Kipre. It matters not. No clean sheet for Southampton. Saints 3, West Brom 1. But we're expecting the full-time whistle any second after this one kicks off again. I think referee Robinson's just pointed towards the tunnel in case we get any kind of pitch invasion. We didn't get one last night. Doesn't look like we're getting one tonight as well. Southampton are going to Wembley. They've beaten West Brom 3-1. It was a pretty dull first half, wasn't it? West Brom sitting in, but Southampton just managed to break them down that once. Key moment, error from Dean Garner, gives the ball away. Smallbone punishes him in the worst way. Grabs the ball, give and go, gets into the box. Pings it right-footed, post and in. Lovely finish. Then they managed to pick them off. West Brom couldn't quite get back into the game. We've got kind of miniature pitch invasion here. A bit half-hearted, but hopefully all the players are safe. Adam Armstrong grabbed the second goal on 78 minutes. Nice finish that actually. Flynn Downs drove down the pitch. Armstrong with the left foot drills it low into the corner. Armstrong again from the penalty spot after Ryan Manning got fouled. A 98th minute consolation from Kipre. Great header right into the corner from the set play. Too little, too late. Southampton are in the final against Leeds on Sunday week. Third against fourth in the regular season are going to be in the final. We said all year the top four were miles and miles clear of everybody else. And the top four are going to give us all three promotion teams. We're going to find out who exactly that is at Wembley on Sunday the 26th. Pitch invasion. All looks pretty safe and good-natured. Let's hope nobody's had a few too many adult beverage and decides to do anything silly. And we hope we can get all the West Brom players off nice and safely and everyone can enjoy the moment of qualification for Southampton, who reached the final and face Leeds. Bolton versus Oxford tomorrow. Very, very much looking forward to it. We'll get that one launched. It's a 4:15 kickoff, so we'll dive in at about 4 o'clock for the first Wembley final. Thanks, Damsado. Rich, wonder how meaningful that last day win for Southampton will be at Ellen Road. Now we'll see. It's a weird day, that one, wasn't it, though? Danny, top commentary as always. Thank you very much. Ian, I'm the GOAT. Thank you very, very much. Come and join us tomorrow, indeed. Dave, good night to you in the chat. Anybody else? Ian, thank you so, so much. Very, very kind. Thank you all for watching. And we will see you tomorrow for the League One playoff final. We'll clip out the bit about David Wagner as well if you want to go and get in the debate about that. Congratulations to Southampton and to Russ Martin. They are in the playoff final. Comfortable win in the end. Southampton 3, West Brom 1. Sets up to year one parachute teams, third against fourth. To newly relegated teams, it is Leeds and Southampton in the final next Sunday. Thank you, everybody, for watching.